Hi guys, thanks for coming out to GiveCamp. I'm just going to talk to you for a few minutes about logistics because you're in Work Hard Pittsburgh and I am one of the cooperative members of Work Hard Pittsburgh. So I can give you all sorts of information about the physical space that you're in. Obviously, you've probably found the restrooms. And then tomorrow, some of you guys will be working across the street in Academy Pittsburgh, which is our 12-week web developer boot camp. What was I supposed to talk about specifically? Just that kind of stuff? So Work Hard Pittsburgh is a cooperatively structured business incubator. So think Alpha Lab or Thrill Mill or Idea Foundry, but we're structured like a co-op so that the people that are receiving services are actually the owners and the operators of the big entity that is providing those services. So we're kind of a neat twist on that model of creating a company and taking it to scale and having access to resources and capacity and talent. So if you have any questions about facilities, you could talk to me or you could talk to any of these guys with cameras because they are also cooperative members. And this is being live streamed, so don't get really nervous or anything like that. But you will be able to go back and watch your performance. It'll be on YouTube in a bit. I think this is going to Facebook tonight. Is that right? Yep, this is going right to Facebook tonight, and then later we'll toss it up to YouTube. But without further ado, I would welcome Erwin. But before I do that, I got to explain to you that microphones are only work if you put them close to your mouth. So if people want to hear what you say on the internet, you have to speak into this microphone. If you do this, or any version of that, like nobody's going to hear you. And then also, if you stand here, that would be nice too, because then you won't be blocking the screen and you'll be illuminated.
All right. Thanks. Hi, everyone. Thanks again for coming out. This is, I believe, our 5th year of running GiveCamp. We did skip last year. It's our first year here at Work Hard Pittsburgh, and I've been waiting for a while to do something with Josh, so we're all really excited to host it here. We have 7 nonprofits out, that you guys are going to be working on those projects tonight. I'm going to introduce them now, one at a time. Let's start with Holy Family. Deb, can you come out? Just a little bit about why you're here, and that's it. Sure. What your project is.
Yeah. Is this good, Josh? That's good, yeah. Okay, good. Hi, thanks. I'm Deb Sadowski. I'm with Holy Family Academy. This is our 3rd opportunity to take advantage of your geekly skills at GiveCamp, and I'm really excited about the opportunity to have you help us make a difference in terms of operating our program. Holy Family Academy is a high school that's part of Holy Family Institute, which has been around for over 100 years. We're in Emsworth, which is up towards Sewickley. High school exists with a mission to offer an affordable education to kids who come from low-income families, largely, and part of how we do the affordable part of that is our students participate in a work-study program. So all of our high school kids, starting in 9th grade, go to class 4 days a week, but 1 day a week they go to a work-study internship. I coordinate that program, and while it sounds like it might be kind of simple, running 100-some kids all over Pittsburgh once a week to go to their jobs and find out did they get there and to get supervisor feedback and to give information to the supervisors, it's actually a really interesting problem. So for those of you who will be with my team tonight and this weekend, thank you in advance. And we actually have some head-scratching types of problems that you can help with. So thanks a bunch.
Auto-click. Swiggle. My name's Chris Berg, and I'm the project executive for Swiggle. We're a project that's sponsored through the homeless. There's a board in Pittsburgh that's responsible for advocacy. It's called the HAB, and I'm actually part of a subcommittee, and we're sponsoring this project as part of a campaign called One Day Away. Swiggle is the project that kind of sits underneath that. And the idea is that everybody could be just 1 day away from homelessness. Now, what Swiggle was originally was a design project. I'm a practitioner of design thinking, and practitioners of this methodology like to take a look at really tough problems, what they call wicked problems. And I thought, so far we haven't solved the homeless problem. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. And I thought, well, what could we do? What kind of research could we do to try and improve homelessness. So if you go out to Google right now and you type in how to be homeless in Pittsburgh, you'll get zero. Like when you become homeless, you don't know that you're going to become homeless. And if you're homeless for the first time, you're really bad at it. I don't know if you guys have ever been really good at anything the first time, but it's hard. And then you match that with the kind of journey that people are going through from being leaving a home or getting kicked out from somewhere and then finding yourself on the street. You're not in a really good spot emotionally to make really good decisions. So we thought, wow, in all the research and interviews that we've been doing with folks, specifically with homeless people, we thought, what could we do to just help people make that transition better, get them smarter, faster, and solve all the hundreds of problems that they're going to have that first day? What if they had a mobile app for that? Or a lot of homeless people have phones now. They all have smartphones, especially if they're younger. How are they using those phones to answer technical questions about what do I do? Where do I eat? Where can I go to the bathroom? I need tampons. All those kinds of things people are trying to solve when they become homeless. Can we go to the next slide? So that's really what Swiggle is about. We're trying to solve those problems. And so we're working with these organizations here in Pittsburgh, specifically trying to focus on homeless prevention, if you will, and trying to make homelessness easier for folks. Go to the next slide. So let's talk about scope and what we're going to do with Swiggle. So next slide. So Swiggle is actually online right now. So we're an app that's hosted on Heroku. And what it is, it's basically Q&A. So if you're a developer and you've used Stack Overflow, we're basically Stack Overflow for homelessness. So we're trying to do deep Q&A, and we're trying to get homeless people to post questions and answer questions through their mobile phone. And we're also working with folks who are interviewing homeless people, getting and qualifying questions and answers. And this whole thing is being crawled by Google as frequently as we can. So we're trying to optimize everything. If you've used Stack Overflow, you get really productive answers to questions. In Google, we're in the process of doing the same thing. But we have a couple of problems. One, it's really hard to read. And we thought that was getting in the way of the experience. The transparent background, the contrast is really not very good. And we thought, well, if you're going to be on a smaller phone, or if we just want that information to come out, or if you're in a low light situation, we just want things to be easier to read and just get rid of stuff. So what you're seeing on the left is the new design that we would like to implement as part of our project here. So we're not changing any scope in terms of interactions or behaviors, but we do want to take a look at the style sheets that are behind the project and bring them up to this experience. So if you go to the next slide, this is a view of our stream. This is where you'll be able to answer questions, do Q&A, like things. There's a liking engine in here that rates questions, things like that. So this is what that layout would look like. And then there's a simple profile screen on the next slide. You can click on there or log in. Hey, I need an account. Sign up. So that, again, this is working. We're going to add a footer. I'll create some information here for the footer during the project in the downtime. And then in the next slide, we just want to update the profile screen. Now, all of these are going to be Bootstrap-enabled style sheets. So we're hoping whoever helps us knows a little bit about Bootstrap and Angular, because that's what's on the front end. We're Node.js and Mongo on the back end. I think is there another slide? I don't know. Oh, stretch goals. In case we're super successful. Oh, I don't think I mentioned. Because I'm here and I've been doing all the deploys and the full life cycle of the app, whatever, all this work that we're going to do, it's not going to sit. It's going to go live, and we're going to do it iteratively. So nothing's going to sit and go stale. It's just going to go live, and we're going to use it. Now, in the event that we get further, we would like to improve the questions, the way you can format them. So a lot of people want to put hard returns in there and maybe do some extra formatting for the question, or maybe want to improve the links that are going inside the questions, because people love to link to other things. So maybe there's a rich text editor that we could pull off the internet and integrate it with the Q&A inputs in the stream, and that would add a lot of coolness and usability to the app. So there's some stretch goals there. And I think that's it.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of detail. Thank you. So the team for Swiggle. Is, pardon me while I butcher these names. Kayleen Sisfalvi, Eric Gurenwich, and Tom McFarlane. And Vivian, you want to come up? It's not with New Sun Rising, though, right? No. Okay, something brand new.
No, yeah.
There we are.
Thanks, Erwin. Hi, so I'm Vivian Lee Croft. I'm not here with New Sun Rising, which is a surprise to some people. I'm launching my own project. It's called Girls Right Pittsburgh. Girls who are between the ages of 13 and 18, who might be at risk or underserved in their current school environment and are interested in creative writing, can come out to my program and be mentored one-on-one with an author or writer in the field and learn how to write better, enjoy writing and enhancing their lives. I'm providing a creative outlet for some of the girls who might not have a creative outlet at home or at school or in their personal life. So we're bringing them together once a week in a group setting to go over writing, have a fun outlet. Once a quarter, we're doing special weekend immersive writing programs with local authors. Once a year, we're going to do public readings and fundraisers, and I'm teaming up with a lot of authors and publishers in the region to bring that to the city. And this is the first of its kind in Pittsburgh. There's successful models in Los Angeles and New York, but I'm looking to bring in other types of personalized things like social workers on staff to work with some of the girls who might have issues that are coming to light because of the creative writing that we're going to be doing. So yeah, we're very excited to start. I don't have anything other than the name, the location, and the launch date. So any help that I can get from you guys is more than welcomed. Thanks.
Thank you. So your team is going to be Emily Osborne, Pat McFinn, Ray Obenza, David Johnson, Kalani Cook, Justin Sparks, and Orion Hall. So lots of work to do. Gave you a nice big team. The PCCR? Is that Evelyn? There you go.
Hello. I am the Super Administrative Wonder Hero of Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse. We were started in 2007. We're up to about 11 staff members. We accept donations from individuals and businesses, so arts and craft supplies, vintage stuff. If you need any mannequins for Halloween, we have hundreds of body parts right now. So we have a retail space that's open 7 days a week. It's in the same building as Construction Junction over in the east end of Pittsburgh. We also offer hands-on creative programs at schools, libraries, and community events. We are the arts and crafts tent down at the Three Rivers Arts Festival every year, if you've ever seen us there. So our main goal is to inspire creativity and also to divert useful materials from the landfill. And we're here to get some help on Salesforce.
Thanks. So as far as the Salesforce developers go, I only have the first names. Joe, if you're here, you're working on PCCR project. There you go, Joe. Why don't we do all the Salesforce projects? Bach Choir.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shanae Phillips. I'm with the Bach Choir of Pittsburgh. We were founded in 1934, and we have about 80 singers now. We do performances throughout the year. And we try to do performances that are not necessarily what you would expect from a choral organization. So, for example, our most recent concert in the spring was a new piece that was composed by a local composer, and it was about the Pittsburgh steel industry. And we actually performed that at Cary Furnace, which is a former steel mill. So we just try to we do some contemporary pieces. We don't just perform Bach. But when we do traditional pieces, we try to put an interesting spin on them or perform in an unexpected venue. So our project is, we use Salesforce as well for our CRM database, and basically that's where we are tracking donations right now, and that's sort of it. And then we use ShowClicks for our ticketing software. So when we're selling tickets to concerts, we're using a completely separate system, and those two systems don't talk to each other at all. And I am a CMU grad, and I love data, and it drives me crazy that we can't really make good data-driven decisions because we're housing our data in two completely separate places, and there's no integration between the two. So that's what we would like, is to create some sort of integration between our CRM and our ticket software. All right.
Great. So we have Miguel Fitosa, Amanda, and Adam on that. And then Rukmini? Rukmini? No. No. Oh. There we go. You're not the first one. I know.
I'm going to try to play a little video because I think it'll give you a better context than what I can explain with my words of the work we do. My name is Bibhuti Ariel, and I'm representing Rukmini Foundation. I'm originally from the country of Nepal. If you hadn't heard of Nepal, I'm sure last year with the earthquakes, you heard a little bit. All right, there we go. I'm sure you heard of Nepal last year after the earthquakes. So I'm going to play a quick slideshow here. It's 4 slides. I was going to actually play it through here. If it's going to, can it present through there or not?
Yep. You have an HDMI in.
Hopefully. No? No. All right, low tech. All right, maybe I'll just talk about it then. All right, no worries. So Rukmini Foundation is an organization that focuses on empowering girls through education. It may seem strange to you to have a man talking about girls' education, but it's absolutely critical that we educate girls. And I'm actually a living example of why educating girls is important. My mom was the first girl from her village to go to school. First girl to graduate from high school, first girl to graduate from college, and she came to University of Pittsburgh. And the reason I'm standing in front of you is because my grandfather decided it was important to educate my mother. Educating a girl not only changes her life, but it actually impacts generations after that. So it's absolutely the most critical thing in the world, but in many parts of the world, like Nepal, we're not doing a good enough job of that. Now, why are we talking about girls' education in this forum? Our foundation empowers girls through a quality program of education, mentoring, and health and wellness programs. And we are using Salesforce to collect not only donor data, but we're also trying to collect the data on the scholars, how they're doing in school, are their grades and their performance in different activities trending up or not. So we're trying to do a lot with Salesforce, and we believe that using this platform to improve our efficiency is critical. We're not a very large organization. We're a very small organization. The entire team in the U.S. is volunteer-based, so it's a lot of work. So anything that we can try to minimize in terms of effort by automation, and anything that we can do more efficiently means saving money, is critical. Keeping a girl in school for an entire year in Nepal costs about $300, which is roughly 82 cents a day. So every dollar that we can save is literally keeping a girl in school for an entire year. So that's our program. Our project is to hopefully build upon the Salesforce implementation that we have, which is pretty basic so far, but we're working on building some integration with our donation platform, aka PayPal, and some other systems that we use that are all free, open source type stuff. So I'm very excited about this opportunity. Thank you guys for having us. I'm really looking forward to what we can build here to help girls in Nepal.
So Tom Hoffman is going to be helping you with the Salesforce side of that.
That's all the team I need.
Yeah. And I mean, what he mentioned about saving every dollar, that's really why we do GiveCamp anyway. It's every dollar that you guys are, every hour of service you're providing, every dollar that you're saving the nonprofits is really going to their core mission, which is not to build a website or integrate with Salesforce or do any of these other things. So you guys are enabling them to continue with their mission. The last one tonight, I believe, is Storyburg.
Hello, guys. I was supposed to be late, but I came in on time, I guess. Nice. So that's why a very kind Chris was supposed to volunteer, but he's still volunteering. Thanks. All right, so yeah, I'm from Storyburg. We are one of the project under New Sun Rising, and we are supposed to graduate next month, and it's gonna be a good day. All right, it's a next page, please. Thank you. All right, next page. I only have two, 3 slides. So Storyburg, so we are a non-profit community storytelling platform that basically we want to do underreported and undertold stories, and it's not just, we don't just gather stories, but we also like to reuse the stories that are already out there, and that's why we are participating here in the GiveCamp. And you can read the rest of it, but in the tech jargons, we are a convergence of workforce utilization, journalistic content, and technology to harness synergy among the mission-driven organization through crowdsourcing, transparency, and democratization of curatorial and editorial process of community stories. That's quite a mouthful. All right, next page. So I came up with this flowchart for the techies, but I talked to Erwin earlier that he simplified the entire thing with Google, so that's great. And I think we still need some programming to do, but basically what we're trying to get here is I like to go deeper than the first 5 pages, because the underreported stories are probably hidden in the 1000th page, and I like to get there. And I like to automate the process. So so it's not that because you're important, it's not because you are fancy with your SEO, but what I care about is the story itself. And the challenge is, how do we identify that story, and how do we automate it? And hopefully this weekend we'll get there. Thank you.
Thank you. And so your team is Kevin Welker, Ethan Welker, Joshua Agus, and Mandy Kendall. A little bit about the team. So we tried as best we could to match the needs of the nonprofit with the skills of the developers. And some of them match up really well and some of them don't. You know, some of them, we spread everybody out as best we could across the projects. You may be on a project where you're not used as much. You may be on a project where you have too high of a workload. We're going to do our best throughout the weekend to rebalance things. You know, if you're not being used on a project or you feel like you have extra time, we might assign you to 2 projects. So things change throughout the weekend. If you need help, let us know. We do have project managers, so hopefully they'll keep track of all that stuff. And if a project's running into trouble, maybe we can pull some resources from another team. But you know, at the end, our end goal here is to actually deliver something to the nonprofits on Sunday afternoon. We don't work, you know, this isn't a long-term commitment. We're here for this weekend, so we can't really create half a solution. We really have to put our foot, you know, put a stake in the ground and keep the solution to something we can build in a weekend. And that's it. Thanks again, everyone.